Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 3 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Obviously, with today being a First Alert weather day, the focus is on the forecast, the weather, and we want to go live to our very own Chris Cook, who right now is outside in Greenville enduring the elements here with two people behind him. Chris, what do we got going on? I see you found some adventurers. Give us their story and give us an idea of what you're seeing right now in Greenville.
Yeah, Charlie, I did find a couple of adventurers out. I'm joined here by David and Fonnie. First, I want to just talk about what we're seeing out here. Charlie, it's pretty bad. You know, I'm from Williamston. I'm from this area. I'm not like a lot of the people that I've been talking to on the roads that are like, you know, I'm from up north and, you know, we're used to this kind of thing. I'm from this area and I am not used to this. So in my opinion, it looks pretty bad out here. The roads are completely covered in white. There is no way to tell what lane you're in or anything like that. And I'm here at the town common in Greenville. The sidewalks are completely covered, and I just slipped actually a little bit right now here on the sidewalk. It's starting to get slippery. But David, you were driving just a second ago and pulled off the road. I think you said you were pulling off to kind of take a walk.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you were on the road like 5 minutes ago?
No, I think you kind of covered it up. The roads were just a bit hard to see. Like the lines, can't tell which of one side, which of one lane for the most part. Slippery just a little bit, so just kind of drive cautiously because not all the roads are kind of salted. But yeah, we were just out here because, you know, I'm from the north, so I love this kind of weather. So it was like finally like something I can just do differently because we don't get a lot of snow here in North Carolina. But I mean, yeah, it is a little bit slippery. Even I kind of slipped a little bit walking out of the car too.
So for somebody like you that's from up north, again, for me, I'm from around this area. This I would consider bad.
Yeah.
Is this bad to you being from up north?
No, not really. Because bad would be like blizzards, wind throwing. Like the visibility, you can't even see more than like 3 feet. And at least for here, I can see a little bit more, like 6, maybe 8 feet from where I am. And, you know, it's not like too thick. Like it's not like a blizzard per se.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I want to turn to Fonnie now. Fonnie, I was on the road a couple minutes ago before I saw y'all, and I saw someone almost spin out. They almost did a 360 here on the road. And by the way, we've got a Greenville snowplow from the city coming through now to hopefully clear up some of these roads, make it easier to see. Fonnie, how have you seen people when y'all were just on the road in the last couple minutes behaving as far as like, did you see anybody slipping, or how are people behaving as far as driving, things like that?
We did see a couple cars just slipping and speeding.
Like that guy.
Yeah, just like that guy. I was gonna point. Yeah, and mainly, you know, it's just been a little bit slippery while he was driving. I was like, hey, David, like slow down a little bit and just be cautious, which he normally is a good driver as well. But yeah, it's just been really like bad. Some cars, they don't even have their lights on. They're just not being cautious enough, in my opinion.
Right.
But we did see a lot of cars that were really, really good at driving and just being cautious as well.
Okay. All right, Charlie, do you have any questions for me or for either of those two?
I mean, Chris, right now you guys are doing a great job. Hopefully, again, you guys all stay safe. Are you seeing anybody else out at the town common? Is there anybody who may be, you know, getting an early start on some sledding? I know there's some hills around there.
I have not seen anyone out here sledding. I did at about 1:30 when it really started coming down. I was on the grid, which is some houses by the ECU campus, and I did see a guy on a four-wheeler. I will be featuring him tonight on WITN News at 6. He said he's going on a joyride all evening on his four-wheeler. And I also saw some people on the grid doing some snow angels, not even in the grass. They were doing it in the road. And I'm also going to have, yeah, I know, right? Yeah. And I'm going to have them on at 6 o'clock tonight. But no, as it started, Charlie, as it started to get bad here, I would say in the last 15 minutes, I only see one guy walking in the distance, and he looks like he's miserable. It's bad. Again, for me personally, as somebody that's from this area, this is bad, and I don't think a lot of people are out like doing like fun stuff. You know?
Got it. Copy. Thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate the report. Obviously, we appreciate David and Fanny giving you guys an interview. Again, everyone, that was Chris Cook reporting live in Greenville. Again, a very snowy scene across eastern North Carolina. I do want to again say thank you to both David and Fonnie for joining us. But we also want to hear some other reports. We have another one coming up from Hannah Hutter, who is going to be live from Kinston. Right now, we are working to get her up and ready. As far as what we've got right now. Hang on, trying to get this all together. And I think, again, it looks like, again, she can hear us. Hopefully she can. Hannah, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs. There we go. Okay, so we will go live now to Hannah Hutter. Didn't want to, again, leave her hanging out there, just wondering, okay, can we hear? Can we not hear? Hannah, we've got you. You've got us. Give us the scene behind you. Give us what people in Kinston and central Lenoir County should expect to see.
Yeah, well, Charlie, it just started really snowing about an hour ago. I kept driving around. The roads were pretty clear. And about an hour ago, I looked out the car window and there was snow everywhere. Still snow everywhere. It's coming down. It's probably between pea-sized and rice-sized snow coming down right now, but it's real nice and fluffy. I can't make a snowman. I know I've been asking you all week if I can make a snowman. I don't think I can do that.
Not yet. Not yet.
Right now, surprisingly, I've seen. Not yet. Yeah, and so far this morning, I've been here since about 10:30, and the roads have been pretty clear until right now. This is when I've seen the most amount of cars driving around today. Now,
Hannah, what are the roads actually looking like? Are we seeing any sort of accumulation so far on the roads themselves? I can see behind you, we've got some snow on the sidewalk there, but for anybody who, maybe need a last-minute run to the grocery store, some sort of emergency, what are they looking at, and what, again, you can tell people to help keep folks off of the roads?
Yeah, definitely. The roads they're covered. It's hard to honestly see any of the lines. Even when I parked my car coming up earlier, you can't see really any of the lines. You don't know if you're in the turning lane, if you're going straight. You're not really sure what's going on. It's pretty covered right now. I haven't seen any plow trucks. I haven't seen DOT as of yet. I'm sure they're driving around. I just so far have not seen them. So I'd be careful if you do have to leave the house. But if you don't, I'd probably stay inside, stay warm. It's a little cold out here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Hannah. We appreciate the live report. Again, looks like that snow is starting to get a little bit thicker in Kinston. We'll be checking back in with Hannah hopefully through the next few hours. But again, that was Hannah Hutter live in Kinston. Thank you so much, Hannah, for being out there and braving those elements. Now we want to turn to your weather forecast. But before we do have a video that we want to show you guys. This is some video that was sent in via Carolina camera from Mark Cruz. Some snow scenes here. You can again see eastern North Carolina continuing to get blanketed with right now what are some, I would say, small to very small flakes, largely due to the dry air we are seeing and the strong winds that are present, creating again more of a smaller flake size, but it is again coming down and it's producing again some beautiful scenes. If you can, be sure to get your pictures and videos sent over to Carolina Camera, where we again are going to be featuring those not only on the First Alert Desk, but also on the Evening News coming up later on tonight. Right now in Morehead City, this has again been one of the snowier spots in eastern North Carolina so far today. 26-degree air temperature. We've got northerly winds blowing at 22 miles an hour, and that's making it feel like 12 degrees. It is feeling cold, and it is going to be staying cold as we head through tonight into tomorrow morning. But we got even colder temperatures on the way from Sunday night into Monday morning. We'll have more details on how that is going to impact the snow duration in eastern North Carolina, just how long it's going to be sticking around. Along the Neuse River in New Bern, visibility low, very low, not seeing the bridge. It is again looking very gray. 22-degree air temperatures come with a 20-mile-an-hour northeasterly wind. We're not quite to blizzard conditions yet, but we may be again experiencing some blizzard-like criteria closer to the Outer Banks, possibly later on tonight. We'll see if winds can get strong enough. But right now, again, we're seeing dropping visibility, increasing winds, lowering air temperature, and more moisture starting to come down. So we're starting to again see some of those heavier bands of snow moving through. We knew this was going to be a system that would dump more snow over the tail end of its lifespan over eastern North Carolina than the first half. So if you're disappointed with your snowfall totals as of now, understand that there is more on the way tonight. However, we again do have a bit of a dry air problem, especially those of you watching back closer to I-95, where that dry air is keeping the flakes small, but also in some instances keeping the flakes from falling at all. Now here's again a look at what to expect if you're heading out the door in Belhaven. Still seeing some snow coming down. This is a view through our Pirate Cam. Talk about low visibility. There you go. No visibility is more like it. 21-degree air temperature, northerly wind at 15 miles per hour. Feels like 8. If that doesn't keep you inside, I don't know what will. Here's again a big picture look at what we've got going on across the Carolinas. That big plume of snow further back towards the west, that is not going to be filling in as many of you who may be watching back closer towards I-95 and further west may want. That again is going to try to sweep its way a little bit further south. It will try to fill in, but those again are going to be very, very light and small snowflakes. The heavier stuff that we're seeing right now coming down along the Crystal Coast, that probably won't be reaching completely back into Sampson County later on tonight. I do think we will see increasing snow across portions of Sampson, Cumberland counties, but right now that back edge is really looking like essentially the Nash-Edgecombe County line, splitting Wilson, down Wayne, down Duplin, down Pender counties, and that's kind of the have and have not line of snowfall. Warsaw finally got some snow from Gene Carr here in that. Again, Warsaw, you guys are also may get a little bit of some lower totals just because of how things have really progressed. That line of snow, that line of moisture, I should say, hasn't pushed as far back west as what some model runs were showing. Of course, the model runs that had all of eastern North Carolina filled in with snow all the way back towards Fayetteville and Raleigh, those are the ones that were spitting out expectations of 10, 15 inches. We're not going to be seeing 10 to 15 inches. So if you're here for, again, a 10 to 15 inch snowfall amount, it's probably not happening. Now, I would say 7 to 12 inches, still certainly a possibility, but we're again going to need to ramp up that moisture content out of that low. We are expecting that to happen though overnight tonight. We're seeing again some of the stronger snowfall rates right now extending from essentially Surf City all the way towards, I would say, Emerald Isle. That's kind of the range where, again, the flakes have been fat, heavy, and frequent. Let's take our attention now over towards kind of the Outer Banks, where Hatteras to Avon right now still showing up with air temperatures in the mid-30s, 35 degrees at last check in Hatteras, and that is very much going to limit snowfall potential, but it will unfortunately increase your icing potential. Ice is going to be a little bit more of an issue across Hatteras and Avon, potentially extending northward, probably not towards Rodanthe. Again, it does look like that rain-snow line is not really going to be moving northward. But again, I want to highlight that fact along the Outer Banks. You guys may end up dealing with a little bit more ice than areas further inland. That will have an impact again on power outages. May see a slightly higher chance of power outages for Cape Hatteras. Obviously, the winds, something we're going to be talking about here in a little bit more detail in just a few moments, but winds will create some coastal flooding, but the heaviest snow right now is working its way across eastern North Carolina, essentially until you get to Wilson, Wayne, Duplin, and Pender counties. That's where we're really seeing a fairly sharp line. Now, as you can see here, when we turn our attention over from your radar picture over to your snow accumulation map, obviously those closer to the coast will be seeing, again, some higher snowfall totals, but still anticipating about 7 to 12 inches from about Highway 17 all the way to Highway 12. Obviously, Hatteras, Avon, you guys may end up experiencing certainly less than that, just because right now, when you could have been accumulating snow, right now your air temperatures are just a little bit too warm. Currently 35 degrees in Cape Hatteras. The rest of eastern North Carolina is sub-freezing. Manteo, Barely, but you got a 2-degree cushion there. But you made it. You made it. The rest of eastern North Carolina largely in the low to mid 20s. We're seeing a little bit more of the teens showing up at Roanoke Rapids as well as Ahoskie. But this again is going to be an air mass that is not going to be cooling down. Steve Landing, how much will Chocowinity in Washington get? Likely again going to end up seeing, I would say we'll give it about 4 to 7 inches of snow, maybe 8 if we can again get that moisture content up. But 4 to 7 right now, I think for Chocowinity is looking a little bit more likely. Current winds northerly to northeasterly, and these winds are strong, and they're set to get stronger overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. We continue to talk about this being a second half system. That area of low pressure, it is intensifying as we speak. That means the pressure is getting lower and lower. That will increase the wind speed around that low. It will increase the wind speed thereby over eastern North Carolina. It will also increase the amount of moisture that low pressure system is able to kind of gather up off of the Atlantic and then swing back over eastern North Carolina. So when we're talking about, again, the low getting stronger, that means the effects that we're going to see coming up tonight into tomorrow will be the strongest effects we see. So far, we're just getting kind of the early portion of the system. It hasn't matured yet. We haven't, again, seen the heavier snowfall rates truly come in. We're starting to see that now as that low gets stronger, but we are anticipating that to just continue to get a little bit stronger as the hours tick by tonight. So again, do want to, again, make that perfectly clear. Don't be upset because you're not seeing the snow you want when the snow hasn't fully come in to eastern North Carolina. Everybody be patient. Tomorrow again is going to be the day where you see it down on the ground. Today is the day where we get it down on the ground. These northerly winds, here's a look at what they're going to be doing later on tonight, shifting a little bit. Right now we've got more of a northeasterly breeze. Coming up for tomorrow, we're looking more at a northwesterly wind, and that may end up again pushing quite a bit of water out of the Pungo River, but it may also push quite a bit of water along to the sound side of the Outer Banks. By 6 o'clock tonight, 15, 25 mile an hour sustained winds easy. Along the coast, could certainly see some stronger winds than that. Overnight tonight, we're looking more at 20 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds throughout eastern North Carolina with stronger numbers again closer to the water. Here's Sunday morning, 5 a.m. 20 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds across eastern North Carolina, with potentially seeing now up to around 30 to 40 mile an hour sustained winds along the Outer Banks, with again Hatteras and Manteo, those numbers up 39 and 48 miles per hour. Very strong winds, and this is why again we could potentially end up seeing a blizzard warning issued for the Outer Banks if again the flakes get thick and those winds stay strong. Hopefully we don't, but that is something we don't usually see in eastern North Carolina that could be happening with this system. Again, here's another look Sunday at 3 p.m. While winds will be relaxing by this point, they are still going to be strong enough to keep that coastal flood advisory potentially up along the Outer Banks. Sound side of Ocracoke, understand you guys again are going to be open for some flooding here, some high water levels as we head through tonight into Sunday morning, even into Sunday afternoon, before we start to see those winds lighten up enough to let that danger subside. Let's talk about your full 8-day forecast, though. Again, coming up on about 20 minutes here. Here's a look at that 8-day forecast. Overnight lows tonight, I think we got them a little low there at 16. I would anticipate more around 18, 19 degrees. But the point is we're going to be below freezing. That's what you need to take away from your overnight low tonight. Obviously, the colder it gets, the drier the air is, and that means generally the smaller the flake size you're going to end up with. 25 degrees on Sunday. We will still have snow early on in the morning. That snow will be gone by the time we get to lunchtime Sunday afternoon. That goes to the Outer Banks. For those of you watching closer to I-95, it'll be out earlier in the morning. So this is not going to be a system that extends snow all the way into your Sunday afternoon. Coming up on Monday, very little melting is expected. Very little melting. It is, again, going to be slightly above freezing. The sunshine will certainly help, but with only 34 degrees That's not quite high enough to create a big melt. A big melt will start to happen on Tuesday, really taking over Tuesday night into Wednesday. The rain showers and overnight lows staying above freezing will certainly help with that melting process. We have had some reports, or some model runs, I should really say, of potentially seeing some snow get squeezed out of some of these next rain opportunities we've got coming up next week. For those of you who are concerned about that, totally understand. I know the iPhone apps, those kind of weather apps that aren't the WITN weather app, plug there, you know, they take raw model data. And a few model runs over the past several days have shown on occasion some snowfall kind of trailing some of these areas of low pressure that will create rain for us next week. None of those runs have been consistent, and that's why we're really not buying into that snow potential at this point for next week. We are acknowledging that, yeah, there is a chance, but right now it is certainly not enough of a chance to go kind of telling everyone, okay, we've got another opportunity for snow. It's out there, but right now the odds are very, very low, certainly lower coming up with next week's system than what we have seen so far with this system, especially when you take us back to last week. Now again, Cape Lookout, Harkers Island, Smyrna, Davis Shore, got any updates on that? Right now, again, Megan Morris, the latest updates we have received from down east Carteret County are snowfall totals about 3 inches. As far as winds go, right now you're looking at around 20-25 mile an hour sustained winds, and air temperatures down in the mid-20s. Last check, Beaufort was sitting at about 26 degrees. You're anticipating again to see more and more snow really pile up as we make our way through the really overnight hours tonight. I think you'll likely see some of those snowflakes finally stop falling by the time we get to around, for Carteret County, give it around 7 to 9 a.m. Early tomorrow morning. And by that point, who knows, you may end up with about 7, maybe 10 inches of snow across the coast in Carteret County. But that's all we have time for today's 3 p.m. news and weather update. Again, we will be live right here on the First Alert Desk all the way until 8 p.m. tonight at the top of the hour, hopefully with live reports, but certainly a live look at your forecast, live look at the radar, and again, more explanation of exactly how this system is progressing across the east and what to expect as we head through the next several days. We'll have those details coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic Saturday.